it's a long road from Amistad to Toho. Doesn't matter which way you go, the miles are all the same. But when you finally get there, and when you pull the cover off, then it's time to get a little bit lost out on the lake. Gonna back this boat into the water, find a way to win a couple dollars. Weatherman says there's a cold front coming down. Bring it on, I've seen it all by now. I can catch them shallow, I can catch them deep. Open water or the back of the creek. The wind and rain to me, it's all the same. I make a living playing this game, and I thank the Lord above every time I can. I get to be a fisherman. Come Thursday morning, I'll have me something figured out. It's not definite, but just about. Dude, I can make the cut. And I'm betting on Sunday that I'll be fishing solo, just me and my cameraman Joe. And with a little bit of luck, I'll have just enough. Gonna back this boat into the water, find a way to win a couple dollars. Weatherman says there's a cold front coming down. Bring it on, I've seen it all by now. I can catch them shallow, I can catch them deep. Open water or the back of the creek. The wind and rain to me, it's all the same. I make a living playing this game, and I thank the Lord above every time I can. I get to be a fisherman. Yeah, I can catch them shallow, I can catch them deep. Muddy water or the back of the creek. The wind and rain to me, it's all the same. I make a living playing this game, and I thank the Lord above every time I can. I get to be a fisherman. Yeah, I'm a fisherman.
Oh my God, dude! Look at the Let's go!
Cruising! Dang, baby!
Look at this thing!
What is up, everybody? Back home in Virginia. Hope everybody's doing well. Wow, it has been a while since we've been behind the microphone and get the chance to talk to you a little bit about this. This is going to be awesome. The NC is coming up, and I want to get on air, kind of talk to you guys about what's going on, where we're at, and what's going on this weekend. some pretty cool stuff going on this weekend. So we want to just welcome you here tonight. It is a Thursday night. Really nothing's going on. If you're watching Lifetime or, Home, Network or Home Garden Network, good for you. HGTV. Congratulations. Turn it over to Facebook. Watch this. Turn it over to YouTube. Watch what's going on. So we're going to talk about fishing. I sent the link out. If anybody wants to come on with me tonight, come on with me. We got a lot to talk about. Lots going on. First of all, it is National Championship. It is here. It is 2 weeks away, April 17th. And wow, what a journey. Guys, we have celebrated. This past weekend was 1 year for KBBT. 1 year ago, we started KBBT last weekend, and what a ride it's been. Can you imagine of all the stuff that's been going on in this past year? It has been absolutely incredible. Nowhere I would ever imagine of, with COVID happening, what happened, shutting down Hobie, shutting down KBF, shutting down Bass, and just on a stupid whim, kind of missing March Madness, come up with a bracket style tournament nationwide. And I was down at Lake Fork, and we got a chance to see a lot of people at Lake Fork. And there's a cool picture of a lot of us at Lake Fork. And to be able to see everybody who's fished KBBT and everything else, man, it was absolutely incredible. And it was a lot of fun. And man, we have come a long way. We have created a community, a family like none other. People were traveling all across the nation, getting together, going, seeing each other, just becoming lifelong friends over this format. So I think it's been really, really cool. And it's been an amazing journey. And I want to thank every one of you who's made KBBT possible. And we're looking to get better, looking to do better. So anyway, welcome tonight. We've got the first National Championship coming up. We want to thank our sponsors, which is Motor Guide. Motor Guide's giving away an XI3 to the winner. Can you believe that? An XI3 to the winner of the National Championship. Thank you, Motor Guide, for stepping up and becoming a part of KBBT. We certainly do appreciate it. And then we have Amped Battery, Amped Outdoors. Man, I tell you, if you don't know Matt and Amped Outdoors, they're just so good people. The customer service is beyond outstanding. If you're in a pinch or in a bind, go to Amped Outdoors, give them some love. Go there, buy their stuff, man. It's good quality stuff at really cheaper prices. And I mean, I tell you what, I've got an Amped 60 hour battery. I absolutely love it. And man, I tell you, there's an 80-hour battery given away with the XI3 to the winner of the National Championship. It is awesome. Thank you guys for donating that as well. Raze Eyewear, RAZE, Raze Eyewear. Go to Derek Brundle. If you want some awesome sunglasses, go see Derek Brundle. I just bought a bunch of them from him just this past week. I can't wait to get them. If you want good polarized lenses, on the water, stylish and all that good stuff, go see Derek Brundle and Raze Eyewears. They're going to be giving away 8 pairs of sunglasses for the Elite 8 coming up. If you make it to the Elite 8 house during the National Championship, you're going to get a pair of those. So thank you guys for that. Eford Outdoors, wouldn't be remiss to say Eford Outdoors. Thank you, Eford Outdoors, for all the support. Jody, great. Listen, he made me a special chatterbait specifically for the Potomac River for the National Championship, of which I plan on fishing. I told him, I said, I want. He just kind of looked at me funny. He goes, what colors do you want? I said, I want fire crawl, but I wanted something special. I wanted a blue, a silver, and with a gold blade. He looked at me like I was retarded, but I said, listen, this is a Potomac River deal. He made it to me. I put it in third cast, caught a 16-incher. I mean, just popped it. And man, I was a believer. Hooked it on a 7-pounder, had it hooked on with a 7-pounder. It got off. That was my fault. I was being stupid. I was on the phone talking to Jason Willis, hooked a 7-pounder, and it got off. And man, the thing works. It is a Potomac River, just awesome stuff. What I love about their lures, man, is it's full body. It's got a big skirt. It moves a lot of water. It disperses a lot of water behind the blade, and I love it, and it works great. So go see Eford Outdoors for the chatterbaits and stuff like that. It's good stuff. And last but not least, Kayak Angler Solution, Jason Willis. Go see him. They're so kind enough to give out 8 catch boards to the Elite 8, the Carbonite 4 catch boards for the Final 4, Catch X boards engraved for the ones that are in the Final 4. The other Carbonite boards will be given to the losers of the Elite 8. But anyway, 8 catch boards are going to be donated. Thank you guys for all your support. Thank you for our sponsors who've made this year possible. And I didn't think we'd get here, but we're here. So we're excited, guys. We're super excited. What's going on this weekend? Well, sorry about that, guys. I hate this stupid button. This weekend is going to be interesting. This weekend, a lot of you guys are pre-fishing for this weekend and, for the national championship. So what we decided to do is just have a little fun, make your practice, worthwhile, and get everybody together. If you are fishing the national championship or if you're just fishing in events, it doesn't really matter. What we're going to do is go out there and partner up as a team. It's a random draw. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want you guys to get to know each other. And, hey, we got a bunch of sticks in this place. And just have a little bit of fun, partner with somebody that you may or may not know. And this is a good opportunity for you them to know each other through the KBBT area. And if you're fishing this weekend, Saturday, we're going to start around 6:30 a.m., go to 4:30 p.m. It's a 10-hour window. What you're going to do is it's a team event. Best 10 fish of the team will win, winner take all. Go online. I've posted the online tournament link, and it is a random draw. Tomorrow night, we're going to come back here, and we're going to draw out names for your partner. And then, again, it's just going to be the best 10 fish for your teams. It looks like it's already been filling up here. I don't know how many are in the tournament now, but again, it's just a little fun thing to do. It's like $30, $5 goes to Tourney X, the rest goes in the pot. And then, we'll just pay out the winning team. So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's already some sticks that are signed up. I think I saw Doug Wilson. I saw Jason Campbell sign up. I saw John Mooney sign up. But go in there, sign up, man, before Saturday before tomorrow night, so we can pick your partner and have a good time. So that's gonna be special. So guys, I want to tell you guys about some things. We give some congratulations to some KBBT folks out there who have done a fabulous job fishing. And man, some sticks have absolutely shown up here lately. And I just want to say congratulations to Eric Polens for winning the second part of the trail number 2 at Pickwick. Congratulations, Eric Polens, for a strong showing. He won the thing. How stronger can you be? He won the thing, and then he posts pictures of him being at Gunnersville and catches like 99 inches. This guy is momentum king. So good for him, and he's absolutely destroying the competition. He beat some hammers at Pickwick, and look, if you saw the names, he had Russ Snyder's on his tail, he had Christine Fisher, he had Josh Stewart, John DeCenzo from Rhode Island had a really good showing at Pickwick. So it's just a real good mix of, he beat a great angler list and angler field. And congratulations to Eric. He told me the story about how he found the fish and where he found the fish. And he stuck to his guns. He had an okay day Saturday, went back there again on Sunday, and the fish showed up. And, man, showed up in a powerful way and had a great story about it. So congratulations, Eric Polens, for winning. And everybody knows, listen, some people have never heard of Eric Polens. People at KBBT has heard of Eric Polens. So congratulations. Eric Siddiqui had a real good showing out there. Listen, we can go on and on and on about the list. And then I think here coming up on April 17th is Darnell. with the Hobie event as well. So some of you are be fishing the national championship as well as competing at Dardanelle. Dardanelle last year had a real good showing, solid showing. I think the winners were in the low to mid 90s. But a lot of guys who are competing in this event who fished Dardanelle did really well at Dardanelle. I think that was in the late fall. You guys are going there in early spring. I don't know what the conditions are like at Dardanelle. I don't know if they're pre-spawn or spawn, but things are getting ready to light up. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Catherine Field says she's fishing Dardanelle. Yeah, absolutely. And then Adam Patron congratulates Eric. Adam Patron had a real good event too. So yeah, guys, it was awesome. Adam Patron, that's the last time we heard him was good showing. Kissimmee went to the 8 house. The 10 house. The 10 house over there did really well. I think he wound up finishing 4th or 5th or something like that, and then went to Seminole. That's the last time I think I really saw Adam. But anyway, good stuff. So I want to talk to you guys about the national championship. Now, we're waiting on, let me look here. I think we're waiting on 8 people to sign up still for the national championship. Let me just double check. And I'm going to tell you guys how we're going to do this. Yeah, we need 6 more people to sign up. 6 more people to sign up for the national championship. And it's how we're going to do this. So let me explain this, how this is all going to work. Hold on, I'm just going to send an invite to some people here real quick. Give me 1 second here. Again, if you want to come on, I posted on the chat room what the link is. I'll post it again here. There we go. I'll post that again. So if you guys want to come on, or anybody wants to come on air, be happy to have you. And let me send a link to anybody like Todd or our partner in crime, Mr. Mark Coates, if anybody wants to come on there. All right, cool. All right, so what we're going to do, guys, is this. The way the national championship is going to work, they are not going to be north, south, east, or west. Okay, it's going to be colors. It's going to be red, white, blue, and orange. Okay, and how it's going to work is we've got a ton of folks from the south, southeast, and I would say more than half the bracket is that. Now, look, I would venture to say is we're not going to stack. We're not going to stack one sort of the bracket or one sort of the divisions and then have another weaker part. Okay. But we will be sensitive to the regions in terms of location. Oh, we got Lisa coming on here.
What's up?
Hello there, Lisa. How are you?
Good.
Good. Excellent. Good to have you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Doing kayak work, getting it ready to go pre-fish a lake tomorrow see how it turns out for the championship.
Absolutely. Well, that's cool. I mean, I've done a lot of pre-fishing as well. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go tomorrow, though. I might be coming down Mr. Robert Brown's area, and that's going to be near the Chickahominy and or the James River. And
I'm not doing any pre-fishing. I'm just going to go that day.
I got you, man. All right, we got some folks coming on here. Awesome, man. Awesome. Speaking of Mr. Robert Brown, there he is, Mr. Robert Brown.
Yo, what's up, family?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I was just talking about you, man. Listen, I'm thinking about going down tomorrow. I'm thinking about going down to the Chickahominy James River area, man.
Tomorrow?
Maybe tomorrow. It's gonna be cold. Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be cold, man. But I'm thinking about heading down there, and the reason for that is I hear that the largies and smallies are starting to come down that area, man. Might have to get a little smallmouth bite going, man.
So you're going to be fishing the James?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be there Saturday.
Are you?
Yeah, I'll be out there Saturday.
No way.
Yes,
is
sir.
it a tournament?
No, not a tournament. I'm just going out there to try to, rip some lips.
Well, we might have to meet up, man.
Hey, let me know. You know I'm always about it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. So Robert, what are you doing, man? What are you doing to prepare for the national championship? I mean, are you kind of like looking at, because I mean, here's the deal. What we have learned in the national championship is, or I mean, in these brackets is, if you have one body of water, you're going to blow it out and you're not going to last.
Mhm.
And I think the way to do this is you've got to have at least 3 or 4 bodies of water that you have confidence in that can really do some damage. How are you preparing?
So it's funny. I have probably 4 bodies of water here
Yep.
that I feel very confident about, but I'm tired of losing to Texas and Florida.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to start traveling.
Yeah.
You may see me go to Sandy. You may see me go to Briary Creek.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do Briary Creek. That's against the rules. But you may see me go to Sandy. You may see me go down to South Carolina and hit up Santee Cooper.
Santee Cooper.
Yes, sir.
Santee Cooper still today holds the record of the Bassmaster Elite Series record of the number of inches caught in a 4-day tournament.
Really?
I think it was, yeah. It's still, I think, is 110 pounds.
Whew.
I think it was 110 pounds.
Oh, my.
It was back in I want to say like 86 or 87, but it has yet to be broken.
So I was
And
2 or 3.
say what?
I was 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. But yeah, I mean, it was an incredible event. Now there's a gentleman. It was Patrick Salters or something like that. That almost broke it at Fork. It was either Fork or Sam Rayburn. One of the two. Anyway, it was just last year when he was using his live scope, and it was jerk baiting on top of the trees. And he had 100 pounds there, and then Rick Klung had 100 pounds at the St. Johns River. He had 103 pounds at the St. Johns River, and that was 2 years ago, out of Palatka, Florida. But Santee Cooper still holds the record. And I was listening to Bradley Holman talk about Lake Moultrie, which is, a part of the Santee Cooper Lakes. And he went to Moultrie and found I think an 11 or 12 pound fish on the bed the day before, and wound up taking a boat down through there, practicing whatever, and then basically almost killed himself getting down there, because the way you have to go 70 miles an hour through a bunch of logs and timber and all that stuff. And he had a local co-angler with him, and the co-angler was like pointing at him and saying, "Go left, go left, go left." And he wound up turning the boat left just in time. He goes, "Dude, we almost died if you would have stayed right." And wound up pulling that bass off the bed, and wound up, I think, finishing second in that tournament with a 12-pound bass. So anyway, pretty incredible.
24 inch you caught. What was it, 24 and a quarter?
24 and a quarter, bro.
Jesus. I saw it. I watched it live.
Yeah, that was.
As James was whooping my behind.
I'm gonna tell you a story. What happened there? Here's the true story about that. So, I made the decision not to fish Pickwick. I was gonna go to Pickwick. I was there at Pickwick, and man, I mean, the weather sucked. I mean, it was, they're calling for like tornadoes. Todd was sending me these like weather messages saying that we're guaranteed to have a tornado where we're at. And there was like a 90% chance of a tornado exactly where my campground was. And I was in a tin can, okay, with my family, and with 2 dogs, and a family of 6 basically in a tin can. So I had to make the executive decision. Do I stick around and potentially get a tornado coming through the campground, which we didn't know that was going to happen or not? And fishing sucked, for me. I mean, it just flat out sucked. Or, do I pick up the family and try to get into a safer spot, which eventually, wind up being a pretty good move, because, I mean, we drove through just nasty thunderstorms. Alabama. In fact, Jeremy Baker lives in the area of Gadsden, and a tornado ripped through Birmingham and through Leeds. And I was there maybe about 2 hours earlier when that tornado ripped through, and went up to northern Georgia, and decided to, kind of spend some time with the family at Helen, and then took a ride. It took me 3 hours to get to Lake Sinclair, and it was foggy, couldn't see jack. I didn't understand where I was going. I thought Jason Starley was full of crap. I thought he was giving me directions that he's like, you're freaking insane, because there's nothing but logger mill roads and everything else. And it was just scary, man. So finally got there. Took me 3 hours and 30 minutes. Jason's late, okay? And he comes in, he goes, we're just going to go here, 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 and here. And the way Jason Starley always works on that lake is he'll get up there and pull up 85 inches before you even know it, right?
Yeah, before sunrise.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so I'm going to put the scare of death into Kyle Schroeder's head. I'm going to put up 85 inches and just work myself way up all through the day. Well, I started doing what Jason said that he does to do that, right? And basically, I'm not going to give his secrets away, but we're fishing areas that I was trying to work. And, man, dude, all I was doing was getting stripers, okay? And I was just getting killed by stripers. I had, we just striper after striper after striper. And I'll tell you a funny story. I had a striper on a crankbait.
Were you on Lanier?
Say what?
Were you on Lanier?
No, I was on Sinclair.
Oh, okay.
Lake Sinclair, yeah. And sorry, man, my boom mic is not staying up. But anyway, I was on Sinclair, and again, having all these stripers, and then I had the striper on, and I'm fighting the striper. I boat flipped the striper, and as I'm boat flipping the striper, the freaking line snapped, right? So I was kind of like throwing under docks and stuff. So I guess the line was I was throwing 17-pound fluoro, and the line snapped, and the striper goes underneath like my seat, and then the striper's flopping all over the place. Well, next thing you know, I've got a hook in my crotch, okay? And I'm like delicately, basically surgically trying to remove this hook from my crotch area. And then the fish started flopping. And I was like, oh, don't. I was like bouncing around my seat. Jason's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I got a hook in my crotch. This freaking striper's in my boat, flopping all over the place. And one more flop, man, the wrong way, man. And I got hooks going into places I might have to have surgery. I mean, and so I'm delicately trying to get this thing out. And finally, I was like, okay, what do I do? Do I get the hook out of my crotch first, or do I try to get the hook out of the fish first and get the fish away? So the smartest thing to do was try to get the hook out of the fish, grab the fish, and then throw the fish out. So that's what I did. I held the fish down.
I'm sorry. I would have went with the crotch first.
Well, but see, here's the deal. If I would have continued with the crotch deal and the fish was flopping around, it could have done more damage. You see what I'm saying? And so I was trying to calm the fish down. I grabbed the fish, take the hook out of the fish. I got the fish in one hand. I got my hand on my junk. The other hand, trying to get the hook out. And I'm like, oh, this is a terrible way to start my day here, man. Terrible. So anyway,
around when this was happening?
Say what?
Was Jason near you when this was happening?
Yes, he was right near me. Not. I was like, Jay.
Recording.
It was funny. I was like, Jason, you gotta have to hold something. You gotta help me out here. You have to help me out here. So anyway, I finally get the fish, throw the fish out, and man, it took me like 10, 15 minutes get the hook out of my pants and everything else. So I finally get it out, man. And I'm like, dude, I mean, literally, I was like shaking. I mean, I was like, that's not the way you start your morning. I said, Jason, I don't know where you're taking me to. I don't even know if there's bass here. All I know is there's freaking, stripers going after my junk. And I'm like, this ain't good. And so we get there to another spot, more stripers on top of stripers. Next thing you know, Jason's like, hey, man, we're going to have to go out and bang the shores and bang, banks and throw this and throw Cincos. And I'm like, dude, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I'll play it around. I played around with one or two of them, caught a 13-inch bass. And I'm like, I'm taking a guy on from Texas. Okay. I cannot be throwing Cincos on banks all day long. Just not going to happen. So I started cranking a little bit on points, missed a nice one, had about a 15 or 16 inch on, missed it on air. And then we started going to different spots. And I'm like, Jason, this is driving me mad. I want to go back where I saw a bunch of bait. So this is about 11 or 12 o'clock. I'll go back and I get another, let's say, I think it was 13.5-inch fish. And all of a sudden I started seeing my Lowrance light up. I said, okay, so the baiter kind of pushed back into this cove a little bit more and started throwing secondary points. Now, Robert, you know as much as I know, the secondary point bite for us has been on. You know what I mean? And so I thought these fish are starting to move up. And come around this real sharp point between a dock and a seawall. And that's where I threw that 2.5 KVD, truly sexy shad, square bill. And honest to God, I was cranking. And what I found out, that last 13.5 inch taught me something, was if you stop that thing just for the second, that's when you get your strike. Not just continually reel it. You reel it and you stop and you pause and then boom. It's exactly what happened with that thing. And I thought it was a striper because it hit it from the side, went around the back, and then it was kind of like pulling me around like this way to the left. And then when she jumped, we knew that this thing was a freaking tank.
I was fishing with James at the time, and everybody who was on live knew that was a big fish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
You were talking online. You were about to leave and go to another lake.
We were getting ready to leave. Yeah, because all we were doing is dinking. And man, I tell you, it was quite. I mean, it was one of those things. And when I saw her the first time, I didn't know where that lure was. I thought it was like in the side of the jaw or on top of the jaw, and I didn't know if it was just one hook or two hooks. So I was kind of babying it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then when she came around the second time, she went underneath the kayak, and I'm like, oh my gosh! And when the video of them cutting to you, Robert, I think Marcus made a mistake and hit you. As it was doing, I had to. In that time, I was feathering my drag, and then she went underneath my kayak, and you guys didn't see this, but I had to let go of the bail. And so I had to let the line out, and then I snapped it again as she come underneath the kayak out, because I mean, dude, it was like pole was max bent. I mean, it was parabolic done, and so I had to let the line out a little bit, and finally got it back, came around the other way, and then she came like skiing towards me. I'm like, it's either now or another, brother. And I was like, I didn't care if there's treble hooks in my hands or anything like that. I was grabbing that son of a sucker and pull that thing up, man. And I was just so pumped, man. It was a catch of a lifetime, man. 24.
It was awesome to watch, man. And I was like, yeah, that's my VA guy right there.
Yeah.
Funny about that is right after that, after you caught her, you hadn't been getting anything. You talked to Jason, you're like, hey, man, let's go to this other spot because I need some 16s, 15, 16. Yeah. And the big discussion that Marcus was having with everybody who was online was, would you make that call to leave where you just caught it before and go somewhere else to try to get a couple of 16s?
Right.
Did that. I was like, you know what? He's making that call. He's been getting nothing. He's making a call to just switch. I was like, I'm going to do the same thing. So I was in the back part of a creek that I've been fishing all day. I think I had 3, maybe 4 fish. I think I had 4. And I was like, I'm making the same call. Like, I'm exiting this creek, I'm going out Main Lake. I'm going to go put my kayak on the truck and go to a different spot. So I exited the creek. I got out to Main Lake, and they were talking about it the entire time. And I was like, you know what? Let me go check something real quick before I get off the line.
Right. And
I go check something. I catch I want to say it was a 15 right off the back. Limit fish. And I was like, okay, I got 5 now. And I was like, I think I had like, I want to say I had 78 inches with my 5th fish. And James at like 92, 93, I think somewhere around there. So then I learned something from that 5th fish. So I went to this different area that matched exactly what this. And I was throwing a bandito bug with a 1/4 ounce Texas rig.
Right.
And I threw it up there, and I was dragging it very slow. I wasn't hopping it. I wasn't swimming it. I was just dragging it. And I felt this thump, and then I didn't feel anything. I set the hook. I start reeling. I start fighting this fish, and I bring it in. I start fighting this fish. It jumps right high.
I mean,
I think I'm great. Virginia.
That's right.
I see this fish, and I'm like, yes, sir. And, I get her in, and don't get me wrong, awesome. 23 inch flat.
That's
fish.
huge.
Yeah, in Virginia.
Dude, so 2 Virginians caught a 24 and a 23 on the same day. Come on.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And then dude, that was the biggest call I've made in any tournament. I literally called out a 12-inch fish.
Right.
23. It was
That's
11.
amazing. That's 11 inches.
Yeah. And I was
Huge.
inches. I have 15 minutes left. It can happen.
It absolutely can happen. And look, man, here's the deal. I'm not going to lie. I put the cart before the horse. Okay. As soon as I caught that 24, I knew I just needed 3/16, right? And Kyle was sweating. I saw it. I was like, here's the pressure now. And, because the same thing happened to me last week, guys. I had a 19.75 that Keith Williams put on the board for me. And he was, that kicker just gets in your head. And man, I was like, man, this 24 is going to get into Kyle's head. I told Jason, I said, look, man, all we need to do is catch 3/16. And so we were going to this spot. It was a little smaller, concentrated area, but I was like, man, I just need to pull up. I caught literally 50 fish in 2 hours. You can ask Jason. I had bass them all over the place. There were 10s, 12 inches, 13-inch fish. And I was like, man, I just got to pile through these fish just to get to the bigger fish. I hooked one underneath the tree, and as soon as I tried to pull her out, it got off, and I was a little frustrated with that. But I was like, I knew that they're here. But all I kept on thinking was this, Robert. It's gonna be Robert versus Greg. Well, it's gonna be two comeback, the biggest comebacks of KBBT history at the same time, and two Virginia guys are gonna take these Texans out, man. You know what I mean? And man, we came so close, dude.
Yeah, I didn't see James upgrading 3 times in like the last 40 minutes. I was like, okay, well, I guess. All right. I guess I told myself that tournament, I was like, I will have to actually start leaving Virginia to go fish bigger fish.
Yeah.
Every time I've lost to Texas or Florida. Every time.
Yep. Yep.
Well, you know how you beat them, right? You go to Texas.
Well,
it's true. Texas has been on fire. I was talking to Sherman Bishop today, and Sherman says that come national championship time, 2 weeks, that Florida's bite, historically speaking, is absolutely going to wipe Texas out of the map, off the map. He thinks that Texas's bite is going to slow down, and it's going to be prime Florida time, and Florida's absolutely going to wipe the floor with Texas.
Well, I know.
If you know where they are.
It's not going to slow down till June.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know what's hhappening here, and Virginia's bite's turning on right now.
It's absolutely turning. Dude, I had a 7-pounder on a chatterbait at the Potomac River, man. And I haven't seen a 7-pounder in a long, long time. I mean, it was. I wish I would have grabbed her. I wish I would have had the opportunity to have her, because I mean, it was probably 22, 22 and a half. It was fat, full of eggs, monster.
Greg, when you get in the net,
Man, I don't do nets. Come on, I'm a man.
That's what James said too. He put my behind without a net.
Yeah,
I was like, I hope they all jump off.
I don't have anything personal against nets. Here's the reason why I don't do nets. I've had nets in my kayak. First of all, I've got a ton of stuff in my kayak in the back, and then I got all my rods and stuff. So it's just a space issue for me. And number two is I have fumbled so many fish, knocking baits out of their mouths. The fish come up and then boom, and I've knocked off so many fish with nets rather than just skiing them in, grabbing them, and just it's kind of like you get in a rhythm. You know what I mean?
I know that.
Yeah, I was at Fayette tournament, and the only reason why I've never used a net until just recently, and the reason why I put a net in my kayak was because I lost 3 at the kayak because I didn't have a net. They whether they got off right at the kayak. So I put a net in there. I still usually try and get them in without the net, but I mean, I just started using a net like a month ago because
it's fine. I mean, I have never really. I mean, I guess because when I kind of grew up, we were always waders. We wade fished, and it's just a habit. You're always just grab the fish right there. You know what I mean? We would have, waist deep water, and they just ski them in and just boom, take them off, and then off you go. I mean, I just really never really carried a net, but it's not something I've really used, and it might be to my detriment. It may be, but I honestly, I haven't missed too many fish. Also, if you hook them good enough with a good hook set, you won't have to worry about it, right?
didn't do it.
Always the case.
I know it's not. These fish are smart, man. These fish are smart, dude. They know how to get rid of the bait, man. It's crazy.
Around the 25-inch range. One was in Santee on the not Moultrie, but one. It's not Moultrie. The lower lake Santee Cooper chain. That one and at Murray too. Second Murray. I lost about a 24, 23 itch fish with the net because I knocked the jig out of her mouth as I was trying to net her.
See, I mean, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. I mean, as I said, I've seen videos of really well-known anglers, let's just say, and their net game is so sloppy and dirty and poo-poo that I don't see how in the world they even get those fish in the boat, man. I'm just sitting there going, what in the world? They've got like a 12-foot long net, looks like a crab net, and they're sitting there, I mean, it's like two reels, this 12-foot long net comes out, and they're trying to coordinate these, this bass that's jumping all over the place and basically trying to play basketball with the, with the fish. I mean, come on, man. I enjoy the fight. I do. There's something about the fight to the very end too I like. You know what I mean?
But listen, I've recently, within the last year, started to love cranking and started to love throwing a jerk bait.
Yeah.
I tell you, when they as Matthew Connett says, when you handcuff a fish with the jerk bait, he calls it cuff. He hit it sideways and the jerk bait sideways.
Sure.
I'm not trying to stick my thumb in there with all those troubles.
No, but you can cradle the fish though, man. I mean, if I'm throwing a bunch of jerk baits or, I have with this bigger bass though, dude, I mean, seriously, I had enough sense upon me to notice where that crankbait was. And it was so far down its throat that I knew I was golden. You know what I mean? It was coming in, I was be able to thumb it. But if that crankbait was on the side of this jaw, or, basically in an area I had to grab, she was going to get cradled, man. I mean, it's just no way around it. You know what I mean? And I mean, the pros do that. I mean, the pros will cradle like that. In fact, I think, is it MLF?
They'll take that penalty.
Yeah, but I think MLF, is it MLF or I think both of them, Bass and MLF, they can't use nets.
Elites can't use nets.
Elites, yes.
FOW can use nets.
Okay.
I'm not sure about him.
MLF, I think you have. I don't think you can. I think you have to. You can't use nets. You got to actually use your
cradling. I think cradling is a bass touches body penalty or whatever.
Is that what it is? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's it's everybody has their own way of doing things. Again, I don't care either way. I'm not going to down somebody who has a net or anything like that. It's just, to me, it's just another way. It's just in my way. Now look, when I have snakeheads and stuff, I've got grippers, I've got a gaff, I've got all sorts of stuff going on, man. When I have a snakehead on, sometimes I have a bat. I'll take a bat to its head. But I mean, it's a different game. But I'll tell you what, you do not want a snakehead in a net. So, you talking about disaster. You get a snakehead in a net, good luck to you.
I have a question for you, Greg, and it's probably a controversial and a very it's a question that'll probably create some type of static. But I want to know who Greg Nosar wants to face and wants to beat in the NC.
Well, I mean, honestly, God, look, I want to go against the best of the best. Period. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I want Conrad Benetti.
Okay.
I want Conrad. I want to face Conrad somehow, some way during this tournament. And I would love to face Conrad in the Elite Eight. That's who I want.
Okay.
I want him on the same body of water at the Elite Eight. Let me get there first. But that's who I want.
What about you, Robert?
Me? I have a few. And most of them are not. They don't fish KBBT, and I think it's they're afraid of us. But that's what I keep telling. Try to get them to do it, but they won't listen. But there's a list, and the list goes like this: no order. There's Christine Fisher.
There you go.
Yeah. There's your guy, Eric Siddiqui.
Eric Siddiqui. Yep.
Yeah. There's Dave and Buster's.
Yep. Absolutely.
Casey Reed.
Yeah. Oh, that's your nemesis, dude.
Casey Reed is my nemesis. We're not even gonna get into it. And then I think the people who I want to go head to head and beat, that's them. Yeah. I really want to take out Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, Derek Brundle.
Asking for his shoes. All right.
I mean, look, you know, if you don't want to beat the best, and if you're like bottom scroungers, then you know, I don't know what you're not cut from the same cloth I am. I want to beat the best, man. I want to face the best. I want to beat the best, and look, give it all my all. I mean, you know, and that's how you prove your point, man. That's how you make yourself a name. That's how you make yourself, you know, known. Be a giant slayer, man. I mean, be a giant killer, man. I mean, you know, there's a lot of great anglers in this. I mean, dude, there's not a single bad angler in the bracket. You know, I mean, everybody has an opportunity to win this freaking bracket. And just like you know of, I think fishing is a momentum game. If you're hot and you're coming in with momentum, you thinking clearly, making better decisions. Man, I tell you what, anybody can win this freaking bracket. And I'm dead serious. They get on the right water at the right time, making the best decisions. That is the key to winning this bracket.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Now, again, we have some people that still need to sign up. I think we've got 8 more to sign up. And then we have those of you who are just coming on, we'd love to have you part of the team tournament this Saturday. It is just a 10-hour, 2-man random drawed tournament coming on this Saturday. The link is on Facebook. You can go to Tourney X. I think it's under KBBT Random Turning. And then just put your name in the hat. It's only $30. 5 goes to Tourney X. The rest goes to the team. For the winner take all, team take all. It's a 2-man team. We will come back here tomorrow night and we'll do a live drawing to see who your partner is. And again, it's just a way for you to get to know your partner, get to know you know, somebody else across the aisle or in a different state or what have you, and just kind of partner up and just mess around. Again, a lot of you guys are maybe traveling. You know, you're doing something for Easter weekend. I know a lot of people are fishing this weekend or this Saturday at least, and I plan on doing so. It sounds like Robert and I are going to be on the same body of water, man. So I've been watching the reports, man. That's why I'm going down there, bro.
Hey, Lisa, are you fishing it?
No, I am not fishing. I'm in another month-long team random drawing tournament, and just a random drawing kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. So,
well, if you were Marcus's partner, I would say the same thing.
I'm going to fish with Caleb the Hammer tomorrow, though.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, I mean, you know, here's the deal. I think the random thing adds a little bit of a mysterious element to it. It's going to be funny because at the end of the day, it's going to be a hilarious conversation. Whoever skunks is going to just absolutely get hammered. I mean, there's so much online trash talk you can talk, man. Like, I don't know this guy, but this guy absolutely flat out sucks.
I hope Florida angler gets paired with like a Vermont.
You gotta break some ice.
Hey, I can't see the comments. What does John Mooney say?
John Mooney, double up, Lisa.
Double up.
Double up. Okay. Yeah, no, I ain't doing that. John Mooney's in the same month long I am. So but he got Dustin Nichols, so he got a good partner. I mean, not saying my partner's not good because I had a good conversation with him today, and I think we'll do good. So
yeah.
Hey, I think, Greg, you need to come up with a great hashtag for the NC so that everybody can go on Instagram and hashtag the KBBT NC.
Well, why don't you come up with it? You come up with it, bro. You come up with it.
I'm old, man. You can't ask me to come up with something.
Oh, it's gonna have to be KBBT NC.
Oh my God. I'm gonna work on it. my wife. She's very good on this social media stuff.
I don't know, man. You guys come up with something. We'll definitely get it out there, man, for Instagram. But yeah, I mean, I guys, I mean, here's the deal. What do you think? I was going back to some historical numbers, basically on last year. What do you think is going to be the biggest bag in week 1?
That's April 17th, right?
Yeah.
I'll give you mine. I think the biggest bag will be 102.
Okay. That's pretty solid. Lisa.
Yeah. I think it's going to be 98 3/4.
For which one?
Okay.
For the first round.
Scott, what do you think?
Scott, what do you think? First round. The
First
biggest
round, biggest bag. Or
No biggest bag.
the biggest bag. Knowing what we've got, probably 94.
94. Wow. That's low.
Yeah, I think 94. I just think that people are going to be so pressured into wanting to find those big ones that they're just going to be fishing fast and trying to find them and miss over some.
Yeah, I think it's going to be somewhere in between. I think it's going to be like a 98 1/4. I think that's what it's going to be. I don't think it's going to break 100 the first week. I think second week, I think it may.
I think I'm going to see at least 3 people over 100 in the first week.
Wow.
Well, I'll be one of them. So
There you go. Other than Lisa. There you go.
We're seeing some 94s. I see 100 plus. I see a 103.5. Wow, that's a big number. 105. Caleb Helbig says 97.5. Blake Power. Man, that's some big numbers. 104.75 first round. That's huge.
I think the first full moon just happened, right? For actual spring. After they say the spring just went by, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
April 17th, we should have. I think it should be coming up on the next full moon, right?
yeah.
Yes.
So it'd be good.
It's going to be beautiful.
I think
101, we see Stephen Bell.
The other thing is I've been watching the wind, and according to my wind app, is that the wind here in Texas is supposed to be pretty high.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
I can't.
We're already hearing excuses for Texas. Florida's going to put a whooping on Texas. Already hearing it. I mean, we're 2 weeks out.
That's why it's 3 hours tomorrow to go.
Who knows the wind forecast for 2 weeks out?
Well,
it's never accurate, but
Yeah.
Virginia.
like when I went to fish mine for my tournament or whatever, is that 2 weeks out it was saying it was 12 to 15 miles an hour, and then 3 days before it said 5 to 7. I said, okay, I know where I'm going. But a lot of times they just predict 10 to 15 just because that's just normal here in April.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They
predict 3 to 100 mile per hour winds.
Yeah.
every day.
All on the same day.
Every day, bluebird skies, 100 miles.
I got to work this morning and it was like 150% cloud cover and like 50-mile-an-hour winds. 2 hours after I got to work, I walked outside, 0% cloud cover and like 5-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
Well, guys, speaking of windy and full of wind, guess who we have? It's the past champion.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh, Airhead himself in the house.
What's going on, Mr. Champ?
Do you know what I have been doing for the last 2 hours?
Driving.
No, I bet
I
you've been on fans only, right?
No, listen, that's a paid subscription only. We don't talk about that on KBBT Air. Guys, I'm impressed. For the last 2 hours, I've been tallying up all the events that all these people have in the national championship. That way we've got them available when we do our seeding progress. And Robert Brown, dude, let me tell you, impressive.
That's why he's on there.
Impressive.
That's right.
I mean, I haven't even made it through. I think I've got like half the field done. It's been a long, lengthy process because of how many events y'all actually do good in. it's been insane. It's mind blowing, and I'm just sitting here like, some of these people ain't got like a single live event, and some people over here sitting with like 60 top 10 finishes. It's I mean, it's definitely gonna shake things up.
I missed that. What's impressive, sir?
All these top 20 performances you have that I just got done dotting down for the seeding process.
Oh, that's all fake news.
There's one more in there.
That's all.
All I'm saying, dude, is I was like, when did Robert Brown become a hammer? I was late to the ball game.
What do you mean when?
That's messed up, dude.
I had to call Tom Patrick. I was like, who is Robert Brown?
That's funny.
Don't listen to him, Robert.
That is hilarious.
Not real. It's all fake.
Yep. Saber pulls.
Yeah.
You know someone I didn't find any top 10 finishes for?
That would be me. That would be me.
I ain't got to the W's yet, but I've gotten to the ends.
I know that.
I've gotten to the ends. I did find a couple top 20 performances. I didn't find no top 10s.
Yeah. Now, my gosh, here we go. Well, I mean, Marcus, we were talking about the number of what the first week's going to hold in terms of big fish. I don't know if you heard the conversation, but Sherman seems to think the Florida bass at that time, mid-April, and actually Doug Wilson agrees with him that it's going to be huge numbers. And it's, Florida's got something for Texas, which we know here in the last couple months, really. I mean, Texas has been under that freeze, came back extraordinarily strong.
I mean, so
and then Florida's going to be coming up. Go.
What happened?
He
ran out of wind.
That's a great face we lost.
Yeah, the face we lost. I'll tell you what. Here's what we're doing.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Okay. But we were talking about what do you think? What do you think is going to take the number one top spot in the round of 64?
Man, I'm gonna go on a whim here. I'm gonna say somebody in Texas is gonna break a hundo. Somebody in that South bracket. I think the Florida bite will pick up sometime in maybe the 32 or even the 16. But I mean, if you think about it, think about that first bracket we had back. Even on the first round, we didn't even hardly see 85 inches from the champ himself, Conrad. I mean, Florida hadn't really picked up until about the second or third week into that bracket, and then we seen some big numbers. So I think if you're gonna take Florida out, week one is your week to do it. But with any of these Texas anglers, man, the Texas bite right now, it's absolutely fire. I mean, the warm weather, you got 2 solid weeks. If you don't believe me, go ahead and look at the weather report. 2 solid weeks of 75 to 85 degree days. That water is going to heat up, and it's going to do wonders.
Breaking news: 5 more anglers to sign up. 5 more anglers to sign up. We're at 15. 6. Yeah, 5 more. Well, 6 more technically, but still, guys, just get signed up so we can do this bracket release. We've got
all the East, and we've got all the East paid for. I'm sorry, that's not the East anymore. All the orange paid for, all the red paid for. A couple guys out of the blue, and a few guys out of is it white? I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, a few guys out of the white, but we're down to the nitty gritty. I'm gonna remind the guys. First thing tomorrow. I mean, I would love for us to get paid up. Me and Greg and Todd have our hash outs, and we get a bracket reveal for you guys on Saturday. I mean, that'd be lovely. But we'll see what we gotta put some time and effort into it. But we're down to the nitty gritty now.
We're coming up on 1 hour. We're gonna take about a 1 minute break. We're gonna just play this video real quick. We're gonna come right back. We're gonna talk about how we are seeding each side of the bracket. Give us about 1 minute. We'll be right back.
What was that question that was coming?
Oh my God, dude! Look at that!
Dang, baby.
Back to this thing. All right, we are back. We are back.
My man.
All right, so what we were talking about, guys, before that little break there, we're talking about the bracket itself, and the way it's going to work, guys, is you're going to have regions that we are going to be sensitive to. There's some awfully big fish being caught in Texas and Florida, and there's anglers that obviously can catch bigger fish in Texas and Florida, and they have, they're known for that. So we are not only going to be breaking up the brackets into regions, but we're also going to be breaking it into skill of angler. Now, look, everybody has, you have your top seeds, and they spent all year with KBBT, KF, the KBF, and as an angler progressing and being known and accumulating points and all sorts of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 70% of what you've done with KBBT, the performance you've done with KBBT, and consider that as a score. And then we're going to take 30% of an overall score that you've done in other KBF, Hobie, Bass, things of that nature, what you've done in live events and stuff like that. And the reason being is, look, we want to make it fair. Let's just say this. We're not going to put, let's say, if Cody Milton decides to go into the KBBT bracket, okay, we're not going to put Cody Milton as a 16th seed. We all know and that Cody Milton is a hammer, right? And how fair would it be for a number one seed to take on somebody like Cody Milton? I mean, that wouldn't be right. You know what I mean?
As the 16th seed.
As a 16th seed. You know what I'm saying? So we believe that the body of work that you have done and earned as the top seeds are going to take on somebody that hasn't done so well. And that's the way NCAA bracket works. So you have a 1 through 16, seeded bracket, and then you work your way through. Now, look, I've told Marcus and I've told Todd, there's going to be some butt hurt. Let's just be honest. Somebody's not going to like their seed, okay? Somebody's going to sit there and say, well, I should be a 5 seed when I'm a 7 seed, or, whatever it is, okay? You're going to get your butt hurt, and that's fine.
Hey, Greg, before
go ahead.
How many number one seeds are you talking? Because right now we have now we have the South and the North, right?
Yes.
But you're going to have how many number one seeds? 4. Okay, that's good. Good.
Yeah. And let me just say this. There are 4. We pretty much know who the number one seeds are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
2 of them are from the same area, and they're not going to be in the same bracket.
Makes sense.
Okay? Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna stack a bracket with a bunch of hammers. Now, look, I'll have to tell you this right now. I'm just gonna warn you. The South bracket is loaded. It's loaded. And
we've tried to deload it. There's no way possible to do it.
Exactly. And the reason being is because, again, it's the location.
Yep.
We have, let's be honest. Now, we could do one of two things. Look, we could, make it fair for the rest of the bracket. And, it's not fair for somebody from Maine taking on some hammer down in South Texas. That's just not right. Well, that's not right. You should be able to do it. No, it's not. It's just scientifically, look, the bracket has shown that historically no one from anybody but Texas and Florida has won the KBBT bracket.
What if that person from Maine is Derek Brundle or Matthew Connick?
It doesn't matter. The fish are not there, like the size fish. And so I was told, we had some arguments about it. I'm like, look, guys, here's what we can do. We can just go ahead and do a 2-inch deduction. 2-inch deduction for all southern fish. How fair would that be? It's not fair, right? Because you could just as easily put up 77 inches in the South as you can in the North. You know what I'm saying? So
I wish you would. I'd be headed to Nebraska.
yeah. So I mean that wouldn't be right either. So, but what we plan on doing is make it as fair as possible, seed it as fair as possible, and really, numerically, by statistics and what you've done through KBBT, we have all that information. We've kept all that information, and myself.
Can I put something in real fast on that?
Go ahead.
Just so you guys know, me and Greg have already started hashing this out. We're not taking it seriously. There's been like 4 or 5 phone calls. Me and Greg have already started yelling.
No,
at
we
each
are
other
taking
on.
it seriously. We're taking it very seriously.
Oh yeah. We're taking it very sorry. Arkansas language there. He knew what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But I'm putting in hours. I'm talking, even for you guys I can't find stats on. I'm messaging you. Look, is there stats that I can't find? Is there another app we can get them from? I'm logging everything you have done this year and last year that I can actually find. And when we sit down and have this talk about seeding, everything's going to get brought up. So anybody that thinks they're not going to get a fair shake, I promise you, I put hours of work in. So is Greg and Todd. Todd's helping me on the back end. We're making sure y'all get the fairest shake possible.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say something real quick. Our boy Chris Delgado is online tonight. Chris, good to hear from you, man. Good to see you, brother. We love you to death, man. Way to shake that stupid virus, and get back soon, man. We'd like to get you on a kayak.
I'd like to get you in a bracket. Let's go, baby. I'm glad you're doing good.
Yeah. But as I said, I mean, look, here's the deal. Think about it like this too. You're not facing somebody from Texas or Florida if you're from the north or something like that, in terms of, you might face them, somewhere like maybe Sweet 16, 32 or something like that. But once they get to the Elite 8, it doesn't matter where they're from. You got to beat them on the same body of water. It's all even then. They're not going to go. They don't have a Sam Rayburn or a Fellsmere or Kenansville. Okay, they have Lake X, and let's see who the real angler is. Going to a place that most of them may or may have not gone to, and let's see what happens.
So
that's what's going to be cool.
My question is: so for Elite 8, what kind of advance notice are we talking about here?
Like
it's really a week and a half.
Oh well.
After Sweet 16, we're going to announce the winner or the lake.
Like 15 days.
Okay,
Yeah.
And my next question will be: is there going to be an off limits so that there's no practicing for the people who live?
You can't get there.
You can't get there Wednesday, right?
You can't get there till Wednesday.
Got you. I like it.
Yeah. So you have 1 day of basically 1.5 days of pre-practice or pre-fishing.
KBBT is winning. # winning.
Yeah.
So
because we're booking the 8 house from Wednesday to Sunday, and that's it. Or I'm sorry, Wednesday to Monday, and that's it, man. I mean, it's you can't get there any sooner.
So
Greg, you're not allowed to pre-fish it until the day of check-in.
So Greg, when you're talking about what you're looking for as far as stats go, you're looking at the Tourney X stats.
Marcus said he's looking everywhere.
We're
Okay.
looking at all of them. Tourney X, iAngler, Fishing Chaos.
Yeah, we're looking at it all. Yeah, I mean, most of it's coming from Tourney X, which obviously was the dominant, still is the dominant tourney platform that we have. But again, and quite frankly, we know some of you. You know what I mean? There's local clubs. We know some of you. So
I'm going up against Todd, right?
Yes.
No.
Patrick.
You could go up against Todd
Yes.
this weekend if you put your money in and do the team event.
No. Let Lisa go. Lisa versus Todd for the win.
Guys, I want to give a shout out to our friend Mr. Rodney Kennan is listening tonight. Rodney, we love you to death, bud. Get better, man. Get better. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, my friend Dwayne Wally is on. Dwayne, hello, my friend. Hello,
Mr. Tourney X.
Mr. Tourney X. So, but guys, yeah, I mean, 32 days in the hospital is what he said. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Wow. That is incredible.
They have a pond out there he could fish in?
Good Lord, man.
He's been.
Well, our prayers are out to you, bro.
From a hotel room to the fountain.
We're virtual.
Todd, do you have anything you want to add in regards to how it's going to break down?
Don't get butt hurt. I mean, there's going to be some guys that are literally going to be like, how am I not a 1, 2, 3, 4 seed and you're not there? Just, you got to understand some of the competition, especially in the South, you're going to probably see some surprise rankings. Be prepared to not be where you think you might be. We're doing this as fair as possible. There's a lot of work going into it. Marcus has been busting his butt on it for a couple of weeks. I know Greg has as well. I kind of joined in recently, and there's a whole lot more to go. We got to finalize everybody that's signing in before we can get it all together. But don't be surprised if you're, somebody that's maybe even been in a Final Four and you're not a top 4 seed.
Well, and at the end of the day, look, the seeding should not ultimately be that controversial because you got to beat the person in front of you. I mean, look, you just got to beat the person in front of you. Don't worry about it. Just beat the person in front of you.
And if you're here to win the $10,000 or you're here to make the Elite Eight and give yourself that chance and maybe have that Cinderella run, you're going to have to beat a Robert Brown anyways. You're going to have to beat a Conrad Benetti anyways. You're going to have to beat a Bobby Moore anyways. You're going to have to beat a Marcus Coates anyways. You're going to have to beat Greg, me, whoever. I mean, you got a 1 in 64 chance to win $10K. Come out and have fun with it. Oh,
it's going to be. Listen, as I said, I mean, we have no idea who we're facing. I can't wait to see who I'm facing. I am super pumped to see I can't see who I'm facing. We can't put a bracket together until we get all the people to sign up. And I think tomorrow night, Friday night at midnight, is the end of the sign up period, and whatever remaining spots are left, we've gone through the list. We've gone through the backup lists. We've gone through so many different people, and we're going to open it up and say, hey, you know what? I've got 4 or 5 spots if you're not signed up, or 3 spots or 2 spots or 1 spot. If you're not signed up, it's a free-for-all, and then we have a backup list.
You don't want that to happen. There are some anglers that are knocking on the door that want to get in this thing that you do not want to see get in this event.
Yeah, you don't want to see them. I'm talking about
We've already had 2 people send their money to us just in case spots open up.
Yeah.
Like there's already 2 people that are either getting a refund or getting a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got guys like Jody Queen and Cody Milton and guys like this. You do not want them in this bracket.
No, you don't want them in the bracket. No,
you there. That'll be exciting. That's money TV right there.
It is money TV. Yeah, it is. But I mean, you don't want some of these people that are begging to get in. And again, we have gone through everybody who has gone through the qualification process, who have qualified, and for one reason or another, they just can't, fish the event, and it's completely understandable. That's why we have backup upon backup upon backup, and we've gone through. So, again, we have 6 waiting to sign up. Man, it is going to be legit. Let me see here. How many we have? We have 10 anglers right now in the random team event. We have 5 teams in so far. In the team event, you have until tomorrow night to do that as well. And then we're going to go ahead and do it. I would like to see 20 teams. 20 teams would be great. We have 5 teams now. I would love to see 20 teams go at it, and that'd be a blast. And maybe we can do like a first and second place if we had 20 teams signed up. So get in, sign up for the team event. It's only $30 for a 1 day or on Saturday. Most of you guys are going to be fishing anyway. Have a little fun with it. Make your pre-fishing count for the national championship. We're going to have a good time. So, all right, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Anything anybody wants to say?
Man, I just want to give a
Go ahead, Lisa. Ladies first.
I said I'm excited. Pay your money, everybody.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I just want to give a big shout out to all y'all for being patient. We've been busting our tail end to make this as glorious as possible. It's you thought the regular brackets were a lot of work. You should see the conversations in this one. It's I'm having to work twofold to make sure we get this done. But hey, guys, I can't wait till we have that Zoom meeting. We get to start seating people. That's the funnest part. We'll see all you guys one or the other days this weekend with a bracket reveal. It'll either be Saturday or Sunday evenings, and we'll rock this sucker out. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
We're
Again,
gonna try to have that on Sunday, Greg. So it's like a reveal, like the selection.
yeah, we'll
show.
do it. Yeah, we'll do a reveal, full reveal show. You don't want to miss it. Guys, I want to give again a special shout out to our sponsors for the national championship. We have Motor Guide. Thank you, Motor Guide, for the XI3. We thank Amped Outdoors, best battery out there. Amped Outdoors, great service and everything else, man. 80 amp battery for the winter. I would like to thank Ray's Eyewear. Go see Derek Brundle. Get yourself a pair of Ray's Eyewear. Also, Eford Outdoors. Thank you, Eford Outdoors, for all he's done in the support of KBBT. And last but not least, Kayak Angler Solutions, Mr. Jason Willis. Thank you again for donating the catch boards to the Elite Eight and a lot of other stuff coming through. Any other sponsors? Hey, if you're interested in sponsoring the KBBT National Championship, come talk to us, myself or Marcus, and we'll be happy to get you signed up and have a good time. So, guys, that's it for tonight. Thank you again. We appreciate you logging on. I know that's kind of spur of the moment, but Robert, Lisa, Todd, and Marcus, thank you again for coming on tonight. That was a good show. We did 1 hour and 15 minutes of just ad-libbing, and thank you guys again. We love you to death. Have a great night. Be safe, and let's go fishing this weekend. Take care, guys.
Hey, Lance.
Hey.
See you.